Hello everybody, Signesk111 here, and welcome back to, welcome back, damn it. Hello everybody, Signesk111 here, and welcome to the finale of the Support Neither run of Not For Broadcast. First, day 2079, and uppins come. So this is going to involve Alex Winston being at work, possibly with his boss, Mr. Bozeman. You once again find yourself sitting inside Bozeman's office. Everything is pristine and orderly, just how the fastidious man likes it, though it's rare for him to be late. The door opens behind you, just as you start to imagine the reasons why. Ah, Alex, thank you for waiting. It's been almost 6 years since you started working with us, Alex. A lot has happened in that time. From the unfortunate incident with Mr. Donaldson to the disrupt attack on this very building. He pauses to look at you, and I look back at him. Well, I've done some pretty good work in that time. You've done some pretty good work in that time. I just wanted to say, keep it up. But also that you'll need to work a bit harder if you want to go anywhere in Channel 1, Alex. I think I have chosen. I understand I can do that last time I saw this. So what about, I think I worked plenty hard already. Whoa. Well, I'm your boss, Alex, and I'm telling you that you're not. Not if you actually want to progress here, but that's really up to you. Best you get back to work. The dismissal in his voice is clear, so you head back to your studio and get back to work. Just how much more could you actually be doing? I wonder that too. And we're headed all the way over to day 2303, a foregone conclusion. What is going to happen here? It's late. It's been snowing all day, and unlike everybody else, you've stayed inside as much as possible, keeping warm. Normally you enjoy the snow, but today it's been nothing more than an irritant. Still, tomorrow you've got the day off and might actually be able to enjoy it. Sam always gets excited when they see the snow. When they were younger, they'd always wrap the kids up and take them out to play in it. It's been a while since that's happened, though. Something about the warm fire and dark nights always makes you feel nostalgic at this time of year. The sound of the front door's opening startles you out of your thoughts. Hey, I'm back, Sam calls before coming to find you in the living room. Oh, the fire's going. It's lovely and cozy in here. They come and sit by you, leaning their head on your shoulder. Welcome home. How was your day? Sam sighs. Oh, you know, the usual. Spent the morning volunteering at the new menu center, making myself useful. They'd picked up the position while unemployed, and had kept it going. Then in the afternoon I went to see some friends from the old job. They're thinking of moving again, so we were looking at new places. What about you? Yeah, I'm good. Glad I've not got to work in that weather. Well, tomorrow let's make a day of it. Go for a walk. Maybe I'll even drag you up to the top of the hill with a sled, and we can race like the old days. I don't know. We're getting a bit old. You start to object, but Sam cuts you off. Oh, you're only saying that because you know I'll win. They give you a wink and a kiss before getting up and going to the kitchen, calling back over their shoulder. Loser pays for the cocoa. What a wonderful spouse Sam is. What more could I ask for? Day 2340. Oh, this is the graveyard one, where I get to see who survived this game and who died. I'm thinking that Cassandra's grave is the only grave I'll be seeing here, since she's the only one who died. It's been over 13 years since your dad died. You visited his grave a few times since then, normally during times of stress, or when you're trying to figure something out, or when you just want some peace and quiet. Today is no different. There's the grave of Patrick Winston. You feel Sam's hand on your shoulder, giving you a reassuring squeeze. You're grateful that they're still here with you. Just having them by your side always seems to make things easier. And yep, here's that caw of a raven again. Charlie was only 8 when his grandfather died. He didn't really appreciate how big the loss was at the time, but as he got older you did your best to pass on what your dad taught you. But now he's all grown up. He's actually starting to teach you, which is strange, but in the nicest way. You're proud of the man he's now become. Susie, despite everything she's been through, is still a rock for the rest of you. She'll be a great mother to the twins. They couldn't have found a more loving home. There have been a lot of arguments over the years, but you wouldn't change a thing. You're still amazed at how far your daughter has come. So she still had children, right? She's one of the best things in my life. Your relationship with Chris has always been a bit up and down, but of late, you seem to actually be getting along. It makes a nice change, and has certainly made life easier with Sam. But that's family. You gotta take the good with the bad. Taking your mother to the transition center was a difficult decision. Maybe the hardest of your life. You're still not sure if it was the right one. But she's definitely not suffering any longer. And at least she and your dad are together now, whatever happens next. It'd be nice to have her here with you, though. Everyone's gotta grow old and die at some point. And I know I didn't point this out before, but the tombstone that you saw just now said Ruth Winston, which is quite weird, despite her name actually being Cassandra Winston, Alex Winston's mother. Anyways, you turn away and wander in the direction of the car. You can't control life. Whatever happens, who lives and who dies. All you can do is keep going and see what gets thrown at you next. What is life, if not a series of little decisions that define us? And we'll never know which ones would take us one away and which would bring us here. Oh, man. As much as I would love to see what Sam's tombstone would have looked like, I'm afraid I don't want to risk putting her in too much distress from everyone else in the family dying. My children included. And especially my children at that. Even if one person of my family just dies throughout this whole dilemma, I'd say it would still be a pretty good run for the player character, which is me. Alex Winston. But now, the time for reflection is up now. And we get to do the finale as soon as it loads. Which probably shouldn't be that long. Okay, I think it should be starting here soon. Yep, music stopped. Day 2602. The finale.
Another day, another piece of government claptrap. Honestly, Alex, sometimes I can't believe how far we've fallen. Or more accurately, how low this government has brought us. Still, best to get on with it, I suppose. We've had a few problems with the machinery lately. No doubt you've noticed. Locked buttons, screens flickering on and off, sparks and the like. I'm sure you'll manage without issue. Oh, and don't forget, you've got free reign of the SFX buttons now. Make sure to use them whenever they'd be appropriate.
Got it, Bozeman.
What have you got, mate?
Oh, so Incisors has been cancelled.
No, can't seriously. Not even a cake.
Sorry, no.
No, can't seriously. Not even a cake.
Sorry, no.
Okay, no worries.
How old are you then, Cole? Okay, here we go. Big smiles.
I've actually gained a year. I celebrated 44 last year. It's actually this year. Brilliant.
You're 44.
So there shouldn't be any headlines since this is a talk show now. Full on.
Good evening and welcome to the...
Spice it up with some audience responses, Alex.
I'm Megan and I'm joined, as always, by the inimitable Robin and Patrick. How are we? Well, we have got so much going on tonight. I'm excited. I'd say I'm about a 12, Megan, on the excitement scale. Yeah, exactly. We have got so much SoCo stuff coming up. We sure do. We have celebrity chef Jordan Rankley, who will be cooking up a store. We'll be announcing the winners of our big competition, Visions of the Future, and we'll be joined by a very special guest for a game of Wheel of Truth. And I'll even be
I already know who that is.
Say if.
Julia Salisbury.
So much more tonight on The Nightly Show.
Right, let's have some applause on the way into the next section.
By Chef Jordan Rankley. But first, we know you love them, so Robin's going to give us an update on our lovely Nightly Show pets in Pet Corner.
Splendid, that's the ticket.
Right.
Now, Megan, first up, we have our hamster, Lord
Oh,
Cheeks.
crud.
Now, he's a squat winter cheeks. Now, he's a squat winter grey with the scientific name Adipem stultus, and he lives here with us in this cage. Hamsters love hoarding, and they actually have special pouches in their cheeks for storing food. He loves carrots, apples, and chewing tobacco. Now,
Chewing
hamsters
tobacco
are
for a
nocturnal,
pet.
so we'll do our best not to wake him up. But let's just see if we can... Well, the door has been left open. It looks as though Lord Chinks has actually gone for a little wander. But I'm sure he will be around here somewhere. In the meantime, let's say hello to our tortoise. Now, after last month's view and vote, he's now, of course, called Slow Barbara. And don't panic, even though it is December, Babs here doesn't actually hide.
Oops.
Let's say hello. Oh, she's sleeping. Oh, Babs. Oh. Hello. Those are our Nightly Show pets, Megan, both alive and well. Back to you.
With SFX, less is more, Alex.
Or some very similar.
I heard that, Bozeman.
Time tomorrow. Now then, I hope you're hungry, because if not, you're about to be. Patrick Bannon is with Chef Jordan Rankley, and they're going to be showing us how to knock up a delicious apple pie. Time to go into the kitchen. That's right, and I'm joined here by Chef Jordan Rankley. Welcome to the Nightly Show kitchen. How does it compare to the kitchens you're used to?
Love the colours. It's vibrant. It's fresh. None about all the arseholes.
Sorry? So, you own 6 restaurants. You've been awarded 9
fresh cooking apples here. Fucking beautiful. And when I slice these up perfectly, then straight into the pan. Your new show, Demon Kitchen Heart Eater, starts on Friday here on Channel 1. So, tell us about that. So, teams of young chefs come into my kitchen, and one by one I destroy them emotionally. And if there's time, I teach them some basic knife skills. Fuck me, Patrick. What are you doing? What? Shit. Is that how you cut? Fuck, you'll lose a fucking finger. Oh, don't worry, I've got spares. Right, so, once
How
we've
can you
done
have
that,
spare fingers?
set these aside whilst we make the pastry. Yeah? Yep.
I'd be more careful with that knife if I were her.
Okay, sugar, butter. We mix that together, and then a whole egg. What are you doing, you fucking donkey? Are your brains the size of that fucking egg? Oh, no, chef. No. Shit, right. Mix that with a wooden spoon and work in that flour, okay? Work that into a nice ball of dough, just like that.
And from what I hear, the egg has not been cracked yet.
The notoriously fierce Jordan Rankley do to unwind. Shit, bed. What's that? What is that? Well, it's a bit lumpy. Lumpy? It could fucking pass for a sack of spuds. Touch that. Touch it. Yeah? Pathetic. That goes into chill. Now, we're mixing our filling. Okay. Apples, sugar, cinnamon. You own 6 restaurants across 5 territories. Which is your favourite? Are you mixing that or fucking it? What? Are you going to light a candle? Take it out to dinner? Fucking mix it for fuck's sake. Right, now we're rolling out 2/3 of our pastry. Bit of flour into the dish. And the filling goes next, right? Right. Oh, lovely. Then we're taking the remaining pastry, rolling that into a round, and that goes on the top. Beautiful. Lovely. Okay. Right. Brush a bit of water around the rim. Beautiful. Now press gently all the way around. And we're cutting 5 slashes very carefully with steam. And then brushing the whole thing with a beaten egg. Lovely. Okay. Ta-da! What do you think? Oh my god. You, come here. Come here, you. That's a disgrace. I'd rather jam my eyelids up my fucking arse than look at that. I'd rather use my tongue to tie my shoes after a fucking shit-kicking contest, you understand? Then it goes in the oven for 45 minutes. Oh, put your fucking head in the oven while you're at it. Jesus. You! Come here, you! You're the worst fucking thing to happen to food since cyanide. Do you know that? I tell you what. Fuck off! Get the fuck out of here! Fuck off! Okay, well, while I do that, let's go now to Megan and Robin, who will be announcing the winners of our competition. Visions of the Future.
Don't know why I had it on screen 4 there now.
To follow along at home, then make sure you write in with a stamped addressed envelope and we'll send you the fact sheet. So, Robin, look at all these amazing entries to the Vision of the Future competition. Yes, we challenged you to show us your predictions of the future, and we were just inundated with entries, weren't we, Megan? From wacky inventions to global problem solving, they are all amazing, and we had the best time looking through each one. It was so tough narrowing it all down, so we have some amazing runners-up. In 3rd place, drumroll please, we have Hamish, who's 3 from Lunwelly. He calls this Still Life and the Future of God, and it really blew us away. Just look at the line work here, and I can really feel every passionate stroke of the brush.
If you look here, you'll see a beautifully rendered, what I thought at first was a smiley face or perhaps a cat. But I think if you really look, you'll see it's actually a representation of the seeming futility of death through the eyes of the living.
Indeed. He's also chosen to just leave a lot of it blank, which I think is really interesting. If you know Hamish and his work, hours of bottom here. Either that or about the same, but maybe a bit worse.
I really love his attention to detail. You can see the sort of gladiatorial arena, and then what I can only assume is Keith himself pulling off this chap's head and shouting, "Come back to me, Linda!" Oh, Keith. Maybe if you spent more time outdoors and less time entering children's competitions, you might.
Special one there. And finally, of course, it's time to reveal our winner. All our runners-up will receive a day out at an inflatable Happy Land on an industrial estate just off the A40. Sorry about that, Keith. But our lucky winner will win the chance to spend the day at the Department of Change to see how our teammates are actually making the new future a reality every day. And the winner is, drum roll please.
The winner?
You're 8 years old and you are from Smugly. We absolutely love your picture here. People's Parade. You've got folks walking together, just really celebrating the diversity of our society. You've got people with all different flags, people celebrating their religion and their bodies. And there's even a game of sports born happening over here. That or some overzealous littering. It's hard to tell. I love these robots having a little bit of a dance, getting involved in the party. Aren't they? This one seems to have gone a bit haywire. In what I can only assume is an ominous sign of things to come. Nobody knows that.
Well, if our winners have inspired you to make some artwork of your own, do keep sending them in. And most of you displayed an art gallery here.
Well done again to everyone who took part. We're going to take a break now, but when we come back, we'll be playing the Wheel of Truth and making some lovely homemade.
Sorry about that.
Don't go away. We'll be back after this.
That's the break.
Right, from what I can tell, the machine's getting a bit worse for wear there, Alex. I expect it will be deteriorating even more in this next segment, so be careful. I'm going to drop off for a moment and hand it some footage that needs my urgent attention.
These stories from my formative years and the uneven
And that wouldn't support either advance or disrupt, I'm guessing. Or I'd hope. And I only got a segment grade of C. Whatever. Lips.
After much pacing, and I confess, a few tears, I settled on the zip-back, boxy-pleated skater skirt in dark blue with white sweetheart blouse and the necklace Harry had given me when we'd met in the woods and I'd allowed him to frolic in my glades.
It's an honest account of my childhood, because in the new future, there's no need for secrets.
There was just so much injustice in the world, I realized, as Portia Hamilton Mann lured my best friend into the convertible her daddy had bought her for Easter. How had I failed to predict the perils of being the poorest postgrad in Poshborough?
Over the course of 3 compact discs or just 22 cassette tapes, you can experience a childhood under the old regime and, like me, understand why we can never go back.
Oh, the horror. 15 minutes before the most important speech of my career, and I had stained my high-cut lady trousers. Waves of nervous nausea seized me, like Harry did on that night when I let him touch me in the thicket. I thought I may cry, but fate intervened in the form of a dashing, young, up-and-coming television presenter named Peter Clement.
Advancements. Good.
Don't forget the SFX buttons.
Joe, I'm sorry, we could just say we can't wait to taste Patrick's pie.
Oh, I don't know. I think I could wait.
Well, here it is, fresh out the oven. Well, it does look amazing. Jordan, how does that Patrick do?
Well, let's just say that pie's got more crust than my grandmother's arsehole.
Ah,
Thank you for that.
drat.
Come on, try it.
Kind of got out of hand there. Itchy little finger.
God. Oh, Lord. Oh, that's really something, Patrick. It's delicious. Really something. But now you better go and get ready for that next feature. Every night we play a game of Wheel of Truth with our celebrity guests. But I know what you're thinking. Megan, we've only got one celeb guest. We'll observe you.
Yeah.
We'll observe. Well then, I better bring her around.
Oh, she will pay for this.
What do you think? Here she is,
Oh, Bozeman's not happy.
It's Julius Aubrey.
Wonder what it is Bozeman is looking at.
I was just about to say the same thing. Now, don't get too comfortable. It's time to head over to Robin and Patrick as we play Real or True.
That's right, it's that part of the show where we pit our celebs against each other to see if we can break it.
That's right, Robin. They're going to spin the wheel to pick a round, and it could be anything from butterflies to slap my face. They really have no idea what's in store.
So up first we have Jordan. Give it a spin. Here we go. Okay, let's see what you've landed on. Okay, it's fact or fib. Jordan,
Fact or fib?
you've been known to order takeaway for a dinner party and pass it off as your own cooking.
It's my fucking time.
One time.
Well, I think it's that pie was anything to go by. You did them a favour.
Not so fast then, Julia. That's all fib. We heard you've got a very interesting way of saving time during the laundry.
Oh my god!
Hmm.
Tell us about it.
You absolute... No, I can't. Okay, well, so don't judge me, okay? What I do is... Oh god, I'm going to lose my job over this.
Oh, we're not friends here. Come on.
Okay. So, I only have one bra, okay? And so, one day a week, I wash it. And on that day... I can't win!
Honestly, raise my taxes. We're clearly not paying you enough.
That's my dressing room after the show. We'll sort you out.
Are you blushing, Patrick? Is all this talk of bras embarrassing you?
I'm not blushing. Come on then, you, Julia. Spin the bloody wheel. Okay, here we go. It's Guess That Face.
Guess that face.
We have to guess that face. Okay, you ready? Here we go. Julia. Who's that?
Oh my god!
Is that you?
Yes! Look, it was a very difficult time fashion-wise.
It was fucking hilarious.
No, don't. I think it's sweet.
The mullet is as popular now as it's ever been. Oh, well, don't get too ahead of yourself there, Jordan. Who?
Oh.
Is this? Does that look familiar at all?
Wow! I'm glad I was getting fashion advice from someone who managed to make 7 look like 85.
Outrageous.
Right, we've got to move on. Jordan, let's have another spin. It's my go, Patrick. Come on, I'm so keen. Oh, are you ready for a treat? Yeah. It's fat or fish.
Fact or fish?
If you look under your podiums, you will find a lovely fish smoothie.
Uh,
All you have to do is answer it honestly, or else you'll have to drink the smoothie. Okay? Are you ready for the question? Here we go. Which of your esteemed hosts is the more talented one? Oh, what a cop-out.
Oh, is it?
Oh, we made it extra fishy.
effing putrid.
Do you know how much these taste for work? Well, we've got time for one more quick spin, so go, Julia, go!
So there's where that rodent went.
Juggling balls? What am I supposed to do with these?
Wow! Give it a go for us.
But I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing.
Come on. Do it. Do it.
I want
Do
to
it. Do it. Do it. She's fucking doing it.
So impressive, I have to say, unexpected. Well, gosh, that was our game of Wheel of Truth, and my God, wasn't that fun?
My God.
Wasn't it? And now it's time to head over to Megan in Crafty Corner.
Are you taking the piss now?
That's right, you joined me in Crafty Corner, but today I'm going to be ably assisted by Julia. Come on over here. Goodness, I don't know how you're keeping your dinner down. I can still smell that fish.
Well, to be honest, I've had worse. I used to eat a lemon's house.
Oh, well, I hope.
Wonder what the food there must have been like still.
Today we're going to be making something very close to my heart. It's our little studio. Look at that. Isn't it adorable? Oh, all of us there on the sofa.
Wow. Oh, it's gorgeous. Oh, is that all you in there?
Yeah, it is. If we can just get a little zoom in, there we are. Oh, I don't know about you, Julia, but I always leave my holiday shopping for last minute.
Oh, every year. I do it every year.
Well, luckily these make amazing gifts. Shall we get cracking?
Yes, please.
We're going to start with a shoe box here. And Julia, that's it. Grab those scissors. I just want you to get rid of this front panel here.
Perfect. Will do.
Are you big celebrators in your house, Julia?
Yeah, so in my house we show our love through food, like big dinners, loads of drink.
Right, that's the best bit about any holiday. It's all that food.
This bit as well.
Absolutely right. Cutting along the line there. Do be careful with the scissors at home. Make sure you're mixing wise. It's a bit tough for a child. There we go. Fabulous. Okay, so it's going to look a little something like this. And I've got one here I made earlier. We painted it with a bit of poster paint, white to match our lovely curtains here in the studio. But you can obviously have whichever backdrop you like.
Like a nice shiny gold number.
Well, exactly right. So
Maybe I could try one of these.
set now to put in the studio, perhaps a little desk. So I'm just going to grab this piece of card. I just got it from a little cereal box packet. I think I'll give you this one, Julia. Shall I
Thank you
take
so
it?
much.
And all you need to do is cut along the lines there. Fabulous. So what's the best part of any Leaders' Day dinner, do you reckon?
I don't even have to think about it, really. I love the three potato pie.
Sweet potato pie, I don't know that one.
You know, with the chips covered in the mash or wrapped up in a jacket potato. I just mean it, doesn't it?
I don't know, but that sounds starchy. Well done, Julia. So now she's folding over a little bit there. What it's going to look like at the end is this little rectangular shape there. We're going to pop it in the middle. Bit of sticky tape on the back there so it sticks down. Now we need a sofa. That's what we need next. We're going to make that out of a lovely paper cup.
Knocking everything
down
over.
there. Knocking it all over.
I've got one though, Megan.
Good.
Scandal.
Cut along the line here, down the middle.
Scandal.
Exactly right. Then when you've done that, around the bottom, and again, around the top. Well done. When you're done,
Oh, there we go.
it's going to look a little something like this. And look what I've done there. I've stuck some felt down. Nice and comfortable sofas.
Yes, can't have our tiny Megan having an uncomfortable sofa, can we?
Absolutely not.
She'll be on the phone to her tiny agent and getting someone tiny fired.
Yeah. Oh, there's only
I
one thing
suppose.
there, Julia. What is that?
A higher caliber of guests.
Nearly. It's
Possibly.
people. So all we've done to make our little people is we've stuck a cocktail stick into a bottle cap. We just need a face for that now. I've got a good one here. I know it well. It's me. I'm gonna stick it down there. A little bit of sticky tape. Oh, my felt's going everywhere. There we go. Oh, I'm a bit lonely. Let's take Robin and Patrick over. Sitting down on the couch over there.
There you go. Well, I'll make myself just comfortable just there.
And these, of course, are all made and cut out of our favourite newspapers or magazines. You can have any guests you like. Julia, is there anyone else you'd like in the studio?
Oh, yes. Well, I'm going to play Wheel of Truth with Ronnie from Heathrow.
Yes, but that.
Yes, he's going to be teaching me choreography, and I'll be teaching him foreign policy.
And of course, you can decorate them however you want. Perhaps do a bit
I can't. The sheer. This has to be seen.
I'll be on the couch of chat talking to some of you, and I just cannot wait. We'll be back after these messages.
Alex, listen to me. I've seen what's on this footage twice. It needs to be broadcast. Nothing else matters. I'll try and get it queued up for you. Be ready.
Make sure you wrap up warm because we've got lows of 5 or 6 degrees. As we head
As long as it doesn't support advance or disrupt, I'm cool with it. I'll play it no matter what, but I really hope it supports neither, to align with the agenda of my playthrough. This playthrough, at least.
Though a nasty cold snap brings bitter winds overnight, so not all sunshine and rainbows.
Sorry, I just needed to make myself a little comfortable there before I continue on.
Storm warning means we advise our residents to spend their leaders' weekend indoors. Though we're sure the happy parents of the 12 new children in Territory 3 will be thanking their lucky stars for an excuse to stay home. Though, of course,
So, before we continue, let me just go ahead and look at what's at the right real quick, out of curiosity.
Who was still under a blanket of snow.
Oh, there's nothing there other than that megaphone thing that Bozeman's talking to me through.
Of 23 new arrivals.
The desk below it is completely bare.
And finally, an honourable mention to our team members of T7 with a stunning result showing 146
That'd be
votes
Territory
in
7.
blue skies. Though be sure to grit your driveways as we will hit freezing temperatures overnight. And that's all for your daily forecast tonight. As always, we'll be bringing you a more specific rundown of the numbers in your area later this evening as you join your regional news team in your territory. I'm Dahlia Flywell, wishing you and all our precious little team members a good night.
You're going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the nightly show. I'm Megan Bull.
And I'm Julia Salt.
Later on, we're going to be unveiling an incredibly important piece of music. But first, it's time to get comfy here on the couch of chat.
Every night we sit down with our guests and put your questions to them. Tonight, our guest is Julia Salisbury. That's me.
So, if you want to join us here on the big couch for big chat, then all you have to do is call the usual number and you could be here with us in audio.
So, guys, I was on my way to
Audio form is my best bet here.
and a huge song came on the radio. Many people told me
Oh, pop that is so Exactly. So I'm singing along, having the time of my life. The song ends and the DJ goes, "Oh, a real golden oldie there." And at that moment, I just wanted to burst into flames. Oh, but your ancient bones were just too dry. No, guys, this is serious. Honestly, I think I'm too old for the music charts. So tonight,
Are
we're
you?
talking about what are you too old for? First on the line, we have Simon Dempsey from Dallington.
Hi, Julia. Simon here.
Hi, Simon. What are you getting too old for, Simon?
Bullshit.
Sorry?
Bullshitting.
Oh, that is what you said. Okay, well, you couldn't be more obvious. Thanks, Simon.
Fine.
I was right though, isn't he? I find this all the time. It's getting harder and harder to play these games. I just want to shout, "Shut up!" to the cabinet ministers constantly.
Oh, well, I think we can all relate to that.
Yeah.
Does anyone else find themselves on dates wishing you could skip all the small talk and just get to the point? Oh, don't call it that on my show. No, you know what I mean. Well, next up we have Paula from Salford. What are you just too old for? Oh, yes, I should think you probably are. Yeah, far too old.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not quite there yet, but sometimes I'm up 14 times a night. Well, that's something to look forward to.
Thanks for your call, Paula. I think I'd stop drinking liquids after this day. Next, we should have Desmond on the line. Desmond, are you there?
Yeah, I want to know when we're the other elections back.
Oh, sorry. We just cut them off. Next caller on the line.
Elections.
Question. Is it right in saying, Desmond, that you disagree with some of our policies?
Absolutely right. Yes. Absolutely.
But
Yes.
are we not safer? Crime is down. We're healthier than ever.
Might be true.
Well, it is true. likely to be in poverty, happier.
Yes, true. But we should be able to choose our own government.
I agree with you completely. But the system can't be trusted. We still see that around the world. The elites living in the pockets of corporations, pushing their ideologies of division, hatred, and greed. And we see the uninformed millions return them to power against their best interests again and again, seduced by the lie that they could be a winner of a game that will always lose.
Right. Well, thank you.
Perhaps there will be a time when we no longer need it. Sadly, it's not now.
Perhaps.
Thank you, Desmond. Wow.
What in the world?
Tomorrow on the show, we're thrilled to announce we'll have another new pet. We'll be asking you to send in your ideas for names, so get your thinking caps on. But before we go tonight, it's time for an important announcement. Julia?
Well, as you can't have failed to notice, last year we asked you to send in your entries for the National Anthem Writing Competition. Well,
Yeah, know that.
Acclaimed film score composer Jonathan Booth.
Yes, Jonathan has been beavering away for the last 6 months listening to every single one of them. And I am pleased to announce that tonight we have a winner!
Yes, entries have flooded in from across the territories. The standard this year has been incredibly high.
Some of you went for slightly off-centre ideas. So before we announce the winner, we thought you'd like to hear a few that didn't quite make the top spot, but which stood out in the judges' opinions nonetheless.
Exactly like this entry from 6-year-old Jenny Daisy Chase.
Julia is the best. You don't care what she is, but I care what she is. Julia is best.
Bless her.
That it? I mean, I could have done better, frankly. I was too short, isn't it? Clearly. So, well, maybe you should have entered, eh, Patrick?
You did, didn't you, Patrick? More than once. 48 times.
Crikey, put in 48 entries.
Well, I didn't win, did I? I didn't even get shortlisted for these extracts. Well, there were a surprisingly large amount of entries, so try not to take it too personally.
I'm not taking it personally. I'm absolutely fine with it. Next up is this runner-up from Mariah O, saying who lives right here in the camp, Mariah O.
Yikes. What a powerful voice.
That's a bit indulgent, isn't it? Really? Someone needs to lend her a consonant.
Yes, Jonathan enjoyed
Probably,
the performance,
so.
but felt it might not work in a choral context.
And it wasn't just soloists who entered. Some of you banded together.
I see what you did there.
Including this entry from the
Pun pun.
Old Town Brass Band, which they called Perhaps the People in B flat minor.
Oh, are you kidding now? Wow.
It's like there's an actual audience in the studio,
Meaning. That be all
the way I see it.
I mean, it didn't even have any words, really, did it? And finally, a special mention to a band called Throbbing Death Stick of Satan for this impassioned entry.
Dang. That must be one hell of an anthem to use.
Impressed with the passion and musical need to be of the piece.
Sorry, is this some sort of joke? So don't keep us in suspense any longer. Let's find out who won.
Well, after 6 arduous months of shortlisting, Jonathan surprised us all by picking his own entry.
Of course he did.
Which is entitled simply Anthem.
And joining us to sing it tonight is acclaimed classical singer Helen Judge.
Helen Judge.
So this is the woman who left Gregory Judge back in day 8.
Speaking of stubborn stains, did you ever see Gregory? Oh, yes. Greg, come here. You see, once the book came up, he became
Gregory's coming?
unemployable. He begged for me back. I refused, of course. I didn't want him lazing about all day, so I keep him as my assistant.
Heartwarming.
Oh, there you are. Where's the book? There you are. Oh, for God's sake. Do you think I called you out for your charm? Go and get the book, Greg. Go and get the book, Greg. This is why I don't pay you. Right, yes. So I just wanted to give a special mention to the Capital Symphony Orchestra who perform on the backing track that we'll be using tonight, and to the Grizzleford Male Voice Choir who provide gorgeous harmony you can hear in the chorus. And finally, I just want to thank Jonathan Williamson for writing such an inspiring melody, and for flying me out to Villa for the weekend so we could really explore things together from his hot tub. He even let Greg set up a tent in the grounds, didn't he, Greg? Oh, it's too late. Moment's gone. Well, we have been practicing all day, so I think we might join in on the chorus if that's okay. I'd be
I've
delighted.
queued it up on screen 3. This footage.
Okay,
Not going to lie.
screen 3.
Play it, there will be no undoing that decision. Advance won't like it. Trouble will be a holiday destination in comparison to what we'll be in. But I think it's the right thing to do. Make your choice, Alex.
Making that choice in 3, 2, 1. What is this?
There's no point in trying to hide it, Prime Minister. It's a challenging situation.
But how's it happened, Thomas? I was assured that the test was 99% safe.
Once sadly the results fell in a difficult 1%.
But I don't understand how.
Oh, they're realizing something's wrong.
Alex, you made the right choice. Whatever happens, has happened. I will stand by you on this. That footage needed to be shown, and we'll face the music together.
And among those who do conceive, we estimate the vast majority of births will be unalive.
It was supposed to be opt-out contraception, a way of stopping accidental pregnancies and unwanted children.
The best laid plans are nice and many.
I don't understand. The test was only supposed to be in territory 1. How is it spreading across the territory?
It's in the food chain, Prime Minister. It's in the soil and in the seeds and the livestock.
I don't know if you can hear this pretty good.
Surely become the dominant strain.
Irreversible?
Well, we could scorch the land, destroy our animals. We could beg for unaltered seeds and livestock from countries far geographically outside the territories.
I'd rather see us starve.
I can't argue with that assessment.
They'll hang me for this, Thomas.
It's not even moral, Jim.
No, you're right. It isn't. You're right. I mean, I can be trusted.
Well, they know the consequence of breaking the Official Secrets Act, if that's what you mean.
How much could do is irreparable damage?
Less than 100, all the work has been compartmentalized on a need-to-know basis.
I'll need those hits. This can never come out. Never. If it did, the consequences for all of them, the registration, the whole endeavour will be at risk.
So damning is this.
Radiation, an unforeseen side effect of unnecessary evil,
It's scientifically possible in the workplace.
and we'll need to prepare the population. Reframe the way that you started with family, stress the advantages of a childless life. It'll be surprisingly malleable when presented with a positive spin. And we'll need to accelerate the transitions into pregnancy.
It has the capacity.
I'll need that list of names tonight, Thomas.
Is there no way, time possibly,
Luxury we sadly do not possess.
should I be destroying the records?
No, the security services will take it from here. They can rely on to close off loose ends.
Of course.
I'll expect your resignation as well, Thomas.
Obviously.
And then I suggest that you and Jean and the children quiet call the territories, start a new life, do some commander, and a truce.
Cute children.
Thomas. You have 72 hours. I'll do it. I'll need to get the full hit, so
this footage come from? I mean, this footage was illegally obtained. It's falsified, clearly.
Sorry, which is it?
What?
Was it illegally obtained or was it falsified? It can't be both.
Oh, well, clearly it is.
Prime Minister, that footage seems to show you and your chief scientific officer, Dr. Thomas Wellington, discussing a problem with our food. Is that correct?
Well, how would I know? I've never seen this footage before.
What's your office, Prime Minister?
Well, obviously, yes.
And that's Dr. Wellington.
Again, yes.
And you're discussing what I think you're discussing, Prime Minister.
Well, I can't read your mind, Megan, but I'd ask you to consider very carefully before continuing this line of questioning. Can we get the music back, please, Jenny?
My sister wanted children. We tried. So many times before Stacey. I've always wanted
So I'd presume that's why Susie couldn't give birth?
Watch out, Prime Minister. The women are coming.
Even though I read that she would have twins in the graveyard
2
day.
minutes. You got this?
I thought.
I was born for this. Prime Minister. Julia. What have you done?
Preposterous, I haven't done anything.
The footage doesn't lie,
Oh,
Prime Minister.
please, the footage does nothing but lie. It can be made to show anything, to prove any point. Surely you don't need me to tell you that. You're the territory's leading expert into massaging the facts into whatever shape we want. Why do you think you rose so high so quickly? Like your journalistic integrity, after all. That was Jeremy Donaldson's thing.
Have you been covering up the sterilisation of the men and women of the territories, Prime Minister?
Don't be ridiculous.
Is there something wrong with our food, Prime Minister?
Of course not.
Will you be resigning your position, ma'am?
How dare you ask me?
Will there be elections now, Miss Salisbury? Will you be compensating all victims? Will there be an inquiry?
I am not going to dignify these conspiracy theories with a response.
How many unviable births? Hundreds and thousands of grieving parents. Is there blood on your hands, Prime Minister?
I don't have to put up with
Someone have that footage analysed if there's even a chance it's falsified.
I think we all know it is. It's falsified. I can't do this.
This is so hard to swallow.
What is there to say?
You got 10 seconds.
I want to apologise to anyone who might have been upset with what they've just seen. No, I want to apologise to all of you. Because you will have found tonight's programme upsetting. No, not that either. I don't think I want to apologise because you should be upset. You should be incandescent. You should be marching on team headquarters demanding answers. I know I will be. And if the footage we've seen tonight turns out to be genuine, as I have no doubt it will, you should be asking yourself how we got here. And I think you'll conclude that it had an awful lot to do with me and people like me. People who should have been asking questions on your behalf. We were journalists, the gatekeepers of truth, and now with a shit show. The great misdirection played out nightly, so bright and fun and shiny that you can't see what's happening right in front of your face. Well, that's on us, that's on me. And I thought that if I compromised a little, I could still do a lot. But it was impossible to make a change unless you were on the inside, so I bent a little and I went along with the small things. And now the small things are all that's left. Because when the change is happening so slowly, when it's only one cut a day, then it's easy to forget that you're bleeding. And one day there's no blood left, just dust. Celebrity shows. My name's Megan Wolf, and I am sorry for misleading you. Night after night. Only you can make tomorrow better. And we're out.
Yeah.
So what happens now?
heart's close to his chest and he still hasn't forgiven them for putting us into public ownership. And don't forget, Roseman is the one who put Jeremy in the seat in the first place. He'd be proud of us tonight. Jeremy. Damn straight. He'd have fucking loved it.
What an ending. You all need to see all these. I'm not even going to bother talking over all of them.
There is a place at the edge of the sky where all is at rest when we say our goodbye and the tales that you spun are unraveled anew, and they measure the weight of the love you accrued.
For the actions we take are the sum of our lives, not the words we withhold.
I can feel a few tears running down my eyes right now.
The chance that goes by.
You may think that this would have to do with Megan and the others not being able to have children from what Julia has done to the food. But it's actually because it's probably a little past 11 right now, at least. I have been on my ass all this time, and I really need some sleep.
There is a place
I am going to bed immediately after
where the noise
all this is done and I have seen whatever epilogue comes out of this.
where the strength of your voice
Boy, am I glad this run's over.
is the weight of your words.
I only have one final run to do.
And when you take your seat on that marvelous road
And it's gonna be a hell of a lot of work to support both Advance and Disrupt. From censoring everything they want me to censor to making sure Disrupt hacks get on the air. And I am going to be scared for what's coming up. The sadness I'm feeling right now from all of this is not full-on hollering and hysteria sadness. It's more, shall I say, tranquil sadness. A more tame sadness, if you will. You can almost bet that I'm going to take a break from this game for a while before my fourth and final run begins. Hopefully by then I'll have covered at least half of what I wanted to cover, but not quite enough to satisfy myself. Hopefully you can all look it up on either YouTube or the Not for Broadcast Wiki for all I care. I'm just not going to have the patience to unlock every single epilogue that this game has to offer. No time, no patience to do any of that. Sorry to say. So, now that the credits are over, let's see what kind of epilogue we got from this. So I was in support of neither throughout most of the way, although I can't really tell if this game's seeing it as advance or disrupt. Both Jeremy and Alan are dead, and I played the footage that Bozeman has set up on screen 3. Playing it disrupted the song that they were about to sing. I can't really tell if that was a pun or not, but quite frankly, I don't even care right now.
But our top story tonight, an historic election win for Advance. Top story tonight, an historic election win for Advance today as they are re-elected in a landslide victory. Prime Minister Katie Brightman looked triumphant as she thanked a record number of voters for returning her to office for a third term. Approval ratings are through the roof for the politician, who initially ran on a ticket of universal basic income and free education, and who was responsible for the peaceful transition of power back to the now independent former territories. During the campaign, she's promised to instigate a 4-day working week and to make the climate emergency a #1 priority. Speaking today, Ms. Brightman called the result a triumph for democracy and for us all. Later tonight, our political editor Robin Short will be interviewing Portia Hamilton-Mann about the donor scandal that rocked the party.
And there's the low battery warning. Get out of here, you. Okay, we have unlocked 3 out of 14 epilogues, I guess. And what ending was that? A brighter future. Okay, so that's that for the support neither run. I just have one more effing run to go, and then I will be done with the main part of Not for Broadcast. But as of right now, I'm going to say that it would be a very good idea to get some rest and take a break from this game for quite a few days before I get started on that. And like I said earlier, this is going to be a hell of a lot of work doing everything both Advance and Disrupt want me to do. And I've read that you can even get an ending called The Middle Ground. But for that, you would need both Jeremy and Alan alive. That, I know I'm not going to bother doing. Because given that I would have to support Disrupt, that would mean Alan would need to be alive in day 912, the Uprising. And I'm still... I don't think I've said this before, but I am going to be very nervous seeing Jeremy do you-know-what in the Heatwave episode, if you do play the Disrupt tape with Alan in it. But I don't really have the time for that right now. I am for sure going to wind down. So, until I'm ready to start the support both run, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in just a couple of days. Bye.